Really happy with the team. I think all three phases are doing some really good things. I think we got a little interesting at the end there, but glad the guys. I mean, they're good, valuable refs for us to understand the situation and play some good, valuable refs for us to learn from. But overall game, happy with all three phases. Like to see us take care of the football a little bit better. I think we really lucked out when LJ fumbled and he was able to get the ball back. I don't know how he did it. I got to watch the film, but the turnovers matter, and I'm glad the defense was able to force a couple. But it's a tough team, man. You know, we play assignment sound football. I think we can do some really good things on defense, and special teams and offense. I like to be a little bit more efficient, but man, I can't be too picky when you get the win here and you're on the road and we traveled time zones to get here. So really excited about the leadership on this team, the belief and they love that they have for each other. We're going to keep rolling. Really proud of the fans that showed up, and it was amazing to have all our fans here and see that much of royal blue. It was so cool. And so we want to just tell the fans thank you so much for being there. And I know my in-laws were part of that, so that was a lot of fun. But good to be in Florida and to get this win, and feel really good about the performance. Now looking forward to getting better and getting to the next one, but learning some lessons from this, and wish UCF a lot of the best. I mean, they have some really good players. I can see what they have so many different guys that can use. So I know that Gus will get his guys rolling, but I mean I thought we knew that it was going to be tough, but I thought that it was going to take our best and be a little bit more disciplined. I don't know what the penalties were, but I know we gave up some offside stuff like that we shouldn't be doing, false start and all that. So we'll clean it up and get ready for the next one. But really excited that we got this win. So what questions do you guys have for me?
Coach, you had a big-time drive at the end of the first half. It seemed like momentum was kind of shifting towards UCF. They would have had the ball at half and had a chance to make it a tie game, but instead you guys go down the field, score a touchdown, make it 24-10 before half. Just talk about that possession.
Yeah, I can't remember. Do you remember how much time we had going into that last drive? Maybe
59
so, just right about a minute. Yeah, I mean like I said, we practice those situations all the time. So it was nice to see us do that a couple weeks ago and get the win. It was nice to see us, do that again in the end of the half and kind of just get some points and make it. I think became a 2-score game after that. And so, and then in the second half, come out and defense did a good job getting a stop, and I believe we scored the next drive after that on offense. So I just complimentary football. The guys are playing. They understand the game. They understand the situation, and I have to give them a lot of praise for understanding football. And the football IQ it's been awesome. It's good to coach smart kids and guys that care and know the type of situation. I mean, if coaches don't have to coach it all the time, the players can coach each other. It makes it a lot easier.
How critical was the start of the game, getting that touchdown, and UCF offs the punt on that first defensive series for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you can start like that, that's good for us, and I think we started on offense first quite a bit maybe the last 3 weeks or so, the last 3 games, and we would have scored on every drive except for I decided to go on 4th down on one of them instead of going to kick the field goal. But I like the momentum, I like the rhythm that the offense is getting into, and I know that we can go fast if we need to, and I know that we can huddle. We wanted to be efficient and make sure that we play efficient football on offense and possess the ball a little bit, and just kind of grind it out a little bit. We knew it was going to be a physical game. We wanted to embrace it, so I'm just glad the way the guys responded the right way.
Kalani, how much did you leverage the fact that UCF was favored to win this game with your guys?
I mean, it's all about, we've said this from the beginning, that we want to prove ourselves right more than anything, but it doesn't hurt to prove some people wrong too. It's a byproduct of doing it right, but that's not our drive. Our drive is that we know, and our focus is we know that we know how good we can be, and I really believe we can play better. That's it. Every week we can keep getting there, and I'm encouraging and challenging the leaders to take over the team, to keep finding ways to improve just a little bit, and if we can put that all together, man, I think we're going to like the result. So week to week, I can say that I think we've improved in a lot of different ways, and the consistency that we're seeing from the offense, I think we were able to run for a lot of yards again, and so it keeps us balanced and it keeps teams guessing. I like that position that we're in with the offense, and I like that the defense is making some plays. We gave up some big plays, but we know the reason why is in the first half those 2 big plays were what cost us, gave them 10 points. Even if we're assignment sound, I think we can be better, but we can't give freebies or shoot ourselves in the foot with missed assignments, and that the first half, that's what we knew. In the second half, we wanted to just play. Everyone does a 1-11, does their job, and good things will happen. And then they gained some momentum by getting a late score. And again, if you look at it, we had one corner covering 2 wideouts. That's not going to really work that well for us. You know, they scored on that. So, and even the other times that we were bringing different pressures and doing different coverages, there was a break in it. So we definitely need to improve there on defense. But looking overall, people do whatever they want. They can doubt us. It's okay. We know what we're made of. We know how hard we worked in the offseason, and I'm just excited. I'm not really worried about all who's favored and all that stuff. I mean, this is the result that we wanted.
Coach, you mentioned the leadership. Is that what might be most special about this group after 8 weeks? What's really driving this group right now? Yeah,
great young men, great character, and I love who they are, and I love that they love the game of football. You know, and we're not. People say, well, what's the difference this year compared to last year? We're doing the same thing. We just want the team to keep believing each other, and I've always tried to encourage the team to take over. But sometimes you go through adversity so you can benefit from it, you know. And I can tell you that the seniors, it matters to them way more than it does to everybody else. But it's good to have returning seniors that can be leaders and can be. Coaches are supposed to say things. When players say it to each other, it means more. So I'm seeing that, and I'm going to keep encouraging it.
UCF held the.
Go ahead, Mitch.
UCF held the 181 on the ground. What were your impressions of the rush defense today?
I liked it. There's some things I didn't like about it. You know, I mean, you have to give them a lot of credit. They have such talent in a lot of different positions, especially at the running back position. So we knew that was going to be a tough task. But I think it's just the chunk yardage that we gave up concerns me, and a lot of that I think are very fixable. But the question is, why are we making those mistakes? That's what we're going to get to. Really positive things. The guys' effort and the energy and the aggressiveness and how physical they are. I'm not concerned about that because I'm going to praise it, and that was really good. But why are we making these mistakes? Let's just try to figure that out. But I think a big part of that too is that UCF has some great athletes, and this is what they're good at doing. They capitalize on you making mistakes, and they do it with their tempo. So I mean, Gus Malzahn's a great coach. He knows how to do that. He finds different spots, and I think we're able to change it up a little bit on them. But you know, I'm glad that we had a comfortable lead that we can work on some of these things still.
To follow up,
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, this is just a comment. I'm writing an article in Jake for the Jewish Journal, and I've been covering college football for years, and I just want to say the BYU fans are like the nicest people I've ever met. And you really embraced all cultures.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, we love that he's, you know, his background and his faith is important to us. We want to encourage him to live his faith as openly and as much as he wants. And so I think that looking at the similarities that we have I think everybody looks at the differences in religion, and this is a time that we can look at the things that are in common and build on that, and then you can appreciate each other. He's brought a different perspective and different light to our team, and I'm glad he's here. But all of them have their unique perspectives. The more they share and are vulnerable around each other, the better our team will be.
But the field with Jake, how do you think he performed today?
I thought he did good. I mean, I have to look at his numbers. There's the hard thing about a quarterback is sometimes there's some drops that were out there that I wish didn't happen, and the turnover was a fumble that happened, and the sacks. It's like I don't think the sacks you can really complain about the O-line. I think he was trying to make plays. When he scrambled for that touchdown at the beginning, it's kind of like, hey, just don't get used to thinking that that's going to be what you got to do. There's nothing wrong with throwing the check down or throwing the ball away. And I think he tried to test it a little bit. And UCF's defensive front is really good. That's some talent, man. Those guys are big and aggressive. And they're fast. So they're able to get some sacks on us, and that's. But you have to look at it. You can't just blame the O-line for it. I think he has some fault in there. But overall, I think he's playing really good football. I like that he's lined up. We got the call in a little late a couple times. That takes some timeouts, and we need to clean that up as a coaching staff and put him in a position to make big plays. But I like the way that he's managing the offense right now.
What kind of offense?
Two more questions here and one here, and then maybe time for one more.
Okay.
With the kind of offense UCF has, how important was it to be able to convert on third downs, got the big fourth down play, and hold the ball for 40 minutes and keep that kind of high-powered offense off the field?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what we like to do anyways, you know, and we want to be able to, when we're talking about efficient offense, sometimes we felt like we sometimes huddle. and talk to each other, look at each other, have some eye contact, and discuss some things, and then get out there and make the play. But I like that we have a variety. We can do of different tempos we can do, and you saw the 2-minute tempo that we did at the end of the first half. But that takes a lot of work, and I don't know if our offensive coordinator gets enough praise for what he's done with them, and our offensive staff. So they've done a great job, and for me, it's just nice to be able to call on different type of tempos and different styles so we can play complementary football.
With LJ and Hinckley both basically getting the same amount of carries, is that kind of how you want it to look at the end of the day with 15 and 13 carries for both of them? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I like the average that they had too. I think other than the one issue with ball security that LJ had, I mean, we wanted to work these two guys from the very beginning of the year, you know. So having them the 1-2 punch, I think, is really good. And we got to see Miles carry the ball a little bit there, and I just like the way that they're playing overall, and it's good to have them both healthy. But yeah, I don't know if we're going into it saying, okay, let's divvy up the carries this way. We're all about getting first downs and scoring points, and so those guys are appreciative of the time they get to play. They're doing a great job in pass pro, run blocking, and even catching the ball. So I love the way that Harvey has those guys playing right now.
Okay, last two here and here.
Thank you.
So yeah, speaking of, going back to RJ Harvey, he's one of the more dominant rushers in the nation. He had over 100 rushing yards in the first half, and you just seemed to contain him in the second half. What went into that? Speak about that.
He's just so dangerous, man. You have to be really assignment sound to be able to contain him, but he's just dangerous because his ability to stop and go is very unique, and that's why he's a big time player. I think he's a next level player, but it was difficult for us, especially that style. You don't see it. It's hard to simulate it in practice with your scout team. They work hard for it, but when you see the actual speed in person, you can appreciate it. For me after the game, you know. But like, yeah, we knew when we watched film how dangerous he could be, and he proved it today. But I'm glad that we were able to kind of minimize the gain, even though he had his yards.
I actually get the best way to end the conference. In 2 weeks after your bye, you've got the Holy War coming up. This is actually the longest break in the rivalry since World War II. Given that this is a game that both you and Utah's head coach have actually played in, how important is the game, especially now that your team is undefeated going into it?
Yeah, the game's important regardless of the records on both sides. This is a unique rivalry. It's like we kind of need each other. You know what I mean? And you know my background with that place, so I have a lot of respect and admiration for University of Utah and how they run their program and their fans. There's a lot of really good people on that side. There's a lot of good people on our side. So I think it's a good moment for us to make. It's nice to have them back in the conference again, and that we can play a little bit more consistently. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, we have some time to work on getting ready for that game, but I think it's important for us to appreciate this game and celebrate it and have fun with this, and then we'll get to work on them. But in terms of the game and the rivalry, we're excited about it. I know they are too, and looking forward to the matchup. But more than anything, just love that it's back on the schedule again. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, thank you.